Hey everybody, welcome back to The Last Shed on Dead End Street. My name is Tim. Tonight I watched Hard Boiled from 1992, directed by John Woo. It's 2 hours and 8 minutes long. It's a Hong Kong action movie. It's playing on the Criterion channel. They have Hong Kong action as like a curated series, and there's some really great stuff in there, and Hard Boiled, I would say, is at the top of them. Hard Boiled, in my opinion, is probably the best, is the best action movie ever made. Pound for pound, bullet for bullet, wound for wound, motorcycle for motorcycle, explosion for explosion, set piece for set piece. Hard Boiled is the absolute best. Chow Fat is the next in the line of the great action hero, up to that point in 1992, and but of all time. It's definitely an extension of Toshiro Mifune, Clint Eastwood, and Stallone. So there's all those things going on here. John Woo is the director of the movie, and John Woo is an absolutely incredible action director that has a few stylistic signatures, using slow motion in really fantastic ways. One thing that has been labeled as bullet ballet, because of the way that characters will use like two guns in each hand and kind of, and the way it's choreographed and everything. But yeah, Hard Boiled's absolutely great. Chow Fat plays a character named Tequila, so you see how this kind of falls in the line of the grand tradition. And he is a cop who is on the trail of international drug smugglers who originate from Hong Kong, where he's from. And as he is getting closer to the people he's chasing, he gets called off in a weird way from those up top. So not really sure what's going on there. And during one of the absolute great set pieces in the movie, it's in this warehouse. I would say there's probably about easily 1,000 gunshots that happen, and probably easily 150 bullet wounds that happen in this thing. And I don't even know how many people are set on fire and blown up. But they during the scene though, Chow Fat comes across another character, Tony Leung, played by Tony Leung, if you're familiar with Hong Kong movies, and he's not really sure what to make of Tony Leung. Is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? Is he on the inside? Who knows? So I'm not going to really spoil what goes on there, but it's really, really great. There's a couple of really great set pieces in this. The opening one is fantastic. Chow Fat and his partner, who like to play jazz in their spare time, take caged birds to this restaurant where apparently that's the norm. People are showing up with their own caged bird and setting it on the table. And during this scene, all hell breaks loose, and one of the bird cages falls over, and inside are 245s. And Chow Fat dives for them and grabs them in both fists and just starts running and firing at the bad guys with those. And it's just so incredibly cool. And mixing slow motion with this fast-paced action like John Woo does so well is absolutely extraordinary. As I stated, there's a really great set piece in a warehouse where there's like just incredible motorcycle stunts, where I can almost imagine they asked the stunt person, like, what is the absolute coolest fucking thing you can do on a motorcycle? And he goes, well, let me show you. And then they ask, what's the second coolest thing? He's like, well, let me also show you that, because there are a handful of some of the coolest fucking things you've absolutely ever seen in this movie, in that scene in particular, but throughout this movie. There's a really fantastic scene at the climax of the movie in a hospital that I'm not going to spoil for you, but when you see it, it's the thing I remember, and most people remember more than anything else in the movie, because of just the way it mixes what's happening with this like really hardcore action. And I don't want to spoil it for you, but those who know, you know, it's fucking insane. Anyway, Hard Boiled is now playing on Criterion channel. It's from 1992, and it's 2 hours and 8 minutes long, starring Chow Fat, directed by John Woo. If you haven't seen it before, I would highly recommend it. As I said, it is, in my opinion, the best action movie ever made. My name's Tim. This is The Last Shed on Dead End Street.